take care of my
Yeah.
right? I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
sometimes I just say out loud, I'm starting to feel really overwhelmed.
Mhm.
And then people can say, I can see that the house is messy, Mom. I can get to my job. I feel like that would really help me not feel so upset. Thank you. I'm
Right.
not a, so that's my thought process. So
Okay.
when I start doing my thought process and I say I'm starting to feel upset and all these things are feel like they're contributing, like the house is messy, my tires need to be replaced, blah, 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 all
The
this
list goes
stuff.
right on.
And nobody's in charge of my list but me, right? But if
Mhm.
everybody were to start to say, like, I see Mom's starting to feel overwhelmed and I haven't done the dishes in 2 weeks, I can prioritize the kitchen because that's in my realm to help take something, help Mom,
Mhm.
or help just, yeah. Does that make sense? So that
Yeah.
I feel like when I start to say those things, you guys are like, oh, I'm not in charge of your feelings, you know, I'm like, never said you were. But the way my brain works isn't conveying what I wanted to convey right now.
Yeah.
Thank you for hearing me say all that. It helps me.
Mhm. Yeah. It just always gets me thinking, like, why? I mean, is it just because we're home and we're just?
No, I think we're a neurodivergent family.
I don't. Well, I don't feel like I act this way when I'm like at work or when I'm out with friends. Like this is something I just do when I'm home. Like.
Well, I think we're wounded. I think we are neurodivergent. I don't think we knew that we were neurodivergent. And I think we have bumped up against each other enough in such a way that we've hurt each other's feelings enough that when these things happen, we move into certain protective behaviors, which you probably don't have those protective behaviors with your friends, right?
Like we've learned if we act that way with our, it's a mask at this point. Like once we go out, we put on our mask and we behave some certain other way. Then we get home and then we take that mask off and we are just back to that way. Like why are we just that way when we're not
Well, I
trying to
think
be
it's
anything? It's so sad.
no, I don't think it's that. I think that a mother daughter or mother child relationship is complicated because we've gone through so many different phases of dynamics, which you don't do with friends.
Yeah.
Friends, you are always equal, and that's evident, right?
Mhm.
But with your mom, you've gone from some type of dependence to some type of independence.
Mhm.
But we don't always transform that relationship into equality. And I think right now it's a moment to transform it into equality.
Mhm.
But there's so many subconscious conversations going on
Yeah.
that it's easy to revert it back into asking mom to shoulder most of the emotional load.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's sad. I just think it's an opportunity for us to communicate again. And I think what for us is actually sad is that you and I are both quite avoidant when it comes to having conversations.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it needs to be sad, but it's isolating.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I think we both have a lot of love for each other, but when we get both stubborn like that, stubborn and quiet, we cut ourselves off from each other. That's sad.
Yeah. That's what we don't want.
So I love you. Thanks for being open to the conversation.
Thanks for opening up the conversation. It's the part, I don't know, it's a skill, right? I feel like it's
yeah.
It's a skill to be able to open it up.
Yeah.
I'm glad
well,
you did.
Especially when one person, I am an emotional, outward processing person, and I think you might be an inwardly processing person, which is, they're both fine, they're just styles. But I think the way I process probably hurts your feelings, and the way you process accidentally hurts my feelings.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think we're both just trying to communicate the way that feels comfortable, and in the process, hurting each other.
Yeah. Which I've totally seen other people do that, but it is much harder to see it when you're the one going through it.
Yeah. Because you know your intentions are kind, but if you were to do what I did, it would take some unkindness for you to do that. And I know my interactions, I'm trying to be kind, and if I were to go and do that, I would have to be unkind to do it. So we're assigning each other unkindness when actually in our ways we're trying to be kind. Isn't that an interesting, ironic setup?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why communication is so hard.
Yeah. But thank you for taking on that role and responsibility to keep the conversation going.
And I think here's the other big rub. I think the only way to solve this problem is to communicate more.
Yeah, which is fun. I think that's what we like. We default to spending less energy and less output if what we've learned is that it's not good. But if we actually start to reinforce that the communication is good, then we'll do it more often.
Yeah, well, we'll keep trying. Let's keep trying. Oh no, I just cut a truck off because I don't want to deal with trucks.
I can't even tell what you're driving. It's so quiet.
Well, I'm on my phone instead of on my speaker.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I love you. Thank you for working so hard in the kitchen. It's been nice.
Thank you.
And I don't know, but maybe you and I can sit down and write a list of things that you think isn't working in the kitchen, and I'll write down a list of the things I think is not working in the kitchen, and Tegan and Marlo can write down the things they don't think are working in the kitchen. You know what I mean? And maybe all of us together can maybe go like, oh, I recognize.
I'll have ChatGPT write us a feedback form.
Oh, that'd be great. Let's see if Chat can help us out.
Okay.
Yeah, call it a community kitchen. Like how to organize a community kitchen, how to distribute a healthy process in a community kitchen, something like that. Because I think a community kitchen, and then ask it some questions about how to make a home kitchen function with lots of teenagers or something. Just see if it gets different answers or the same answers. And then if we have two or three different choices, we can.
Yeah, I did ask just a little while ago, and I think I'll ask for a regeneration, a new
Yes.
answer, because it was kind of just what we're doing already. And um, so I guess what we're doing already is I'm cleaning, but then I asked Tegan for some help every once in a while. And
Well, everybody needs to part of it, maybe how to make a very small home kitchen function with lots of cooks or something like that. Because like
to
if
change the wording.
change the wording around and see if you get, I think you might get different answers.